How can you build vocabulary and become more familiar with American culture? You can read the news in English. In this video, we're going to read 2 short news articles from the Week magazine to help you learn natural, real-world English. Hi, I'm Jennifer. I'll guide you through 2 short news stories and make sure you understand both key words and key ideas. Stay until the end because I'll test what you've learned with a vocabulary review task. I admit that I try to stay away from a lot of negative news. I want to be informed, but I don't want to be overly stressed by all the tragic events of the world or in my country. That's why I appreciate the section called "It Wasn't All Bad" in the Week magazine. We're going to read 2 short articles from this section. They're published in the April 3rd, 2026 issue. Listen to the first. A group of dads with children at Moss Haven Elementary School in Richardson, Texas, recently surprised crossing guard Tricia Crawford with a new Jeep after her car broke down. Crawford was taking the bus to her job for months before the self-proclaimed carpool dads found out. They sprang into action, raising $6,800 for a car, insurance, title transfer, and even a few future oil changes. Community isn't just a buzzword, the school district said. It's all those who show up in the smallest and biggest ways. Did you understand the main idea? Who received a new car? Look for the answer. A crossing guard. Even if you're hearing this term for the first time, can you guess who this person is from context? Where does this person work? The name of a school was mentioned, right? Look. At Moss Haven Elementary School in Richardson, Texas. You can conclude that a crossing guard works at or near a school. In fact, crossing guards work on busy roads near schools so that children can cross the street safely. Other countries have crossing guards too. Okay, so a crossing guard in Texas received a new car. Who gave it to her? Look for the answer. A group of dads. Why did they buy a car, this Jeep, for the crossing guard? Look for the answer. Her car broke down. What does this phrasal verb mean? A, stopped working, B, was stolen, C, was old. Answer A, stopped working. If her car broke down, how did she get to work? Look for the answer. She took the bus. The dads found out that the crossing guard had to use the bus. What does it mean to find something out? What does this phrasal verb mean? A, complain, B, discover, C, argue. B, discover. So they discovered or learned that the crossing guard had to use the bus, and they decided to buy her a new car to get to work. The fathers are in a group called the carpool dads. There probably isn't enough context for you to guess, so I'll explain that carpool is both a verb and a noun. When you carpool, you share a car, or you share the responsibility of driving. For example, parents who carpool take turns driving all the children to school or to activities. People carpool to save time and gas. There's an adjective before carpool dads. Self-proclaimed. Do you know what it means to proclaim something? It means to state something officially and publicly. But what does self-proclaimed mean? Does it mean that other people call them carpool dads? Or is this what they call themselves? Carpool dads is a name they gave themselves. What verb do you see that refers to the dads making a quick decision to do something? Take a look. They sprang into action. Spring, past tense, sprang. They sprang into action. When you spring into action, you act quickly. What exactly did they do? They raised money, which means A, they borrowed money, B, they stole money, or C, they collected money. C, they collected money. This means they got a lot of other people in the community to contribute money. Many people gave a little bit of money, and together they collected or raised how much? Look for that number. $6,800 for the car, insurance, title transfer, and oil changes. Do you see the word that refers to ownership papers? Title. The title to a car is the legal paper saying that you own it. You must have the title to a car in order to prove ownership. It was likely a used car, so they had to transfer ownership from the previous owner to the crossing guard. That's what title transfer refers to. Listen again to the ending. Community isn't just a buzzword, the school district said. It's all those who show up in the smallest and biggest ways. Can you tell how the school district felt about this gift? A, angry, B, proud, C, shocked. Answer B, proud. This is community pride. They say community isn't a buzzword. What's that? A, a popular word for a short time, B, a rude or offensive word, or C, a legal or official word. Answer A, a popular word for a short time. They're saying that for them, community is not just this popular idea or word, a buzzword. It's more than that. It's special. They're saying that community for them is about people helping people and doing good things together. It's not an empty word. They say it's all those who show up in the biggest and smallest ways. The phrasal verb show up has more than one meaning. Which one is being used here? A, embarrass, B, be visible or noticeable, or C, be present and supportive. Answer C, to be present in the sense that you're not just there for yourself, you're there for others. You're ready to help in whatever form of support is needed. All right, so the words we've studied so far are crossing guard, break down, find out, carpool, self-proclaimed, spring into action, raise money, car title or title to a car, buzzword, and show up. Listen to the first article once more. I'm not going to show the text. Just listen and see how much you now understand. A group of dads with children at Moss Haven Elementary School in Richardson, Texas, recently surprised crossing guard Tricia Crawford with a new Jeep after her car broke down. Crawford was taking the bus to her job for months before the self-proclaimed carpool dads found out. They sprang into action, raising $6,800 for a car, insurance, title transfer, and even a few future oil changes. Community isn't just a buzzword, the school district said. It's all those who show up in the smallest and biggest ways. If you've already learned something useful, please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Thank you. For the second news story, I'm going to start with an oral reading and then break it down. Listen and answer these questions about a man who became popular online. 1. How old is he? 2. What is his current hobby? And 3. What was his past hobby? Listen. George Straussman has become an online sensation for refusing to let his age, 102 years old, get in the way of an active life. The Long Island native turned to pottery after giving up tennis when he turned 90. Now, the former construction superintendent regularly spins clay bowls in his weekly classes with a group of women half his age. His granddaughter surprised him at his class one day and filmed him working hard at the wheel. The post has since garnered more than 3.1 million views and thousands of comments asking what his secret is. Anything that keeps your hands busy is great for you, Straussman said. Plus, he added, it gets me out of the house. Did you catch the man's age? 102. What is his current hobby? Pottery. And just to be sure you understand correctly, can you identify which picture illustrates the activity of pottery? This one. This is pottery. It's the activity where you shape objects by hand on a wheel and then you bake it so that it hardens. Okay, the third question I asked was about his past hobby. Did you catch it? Tennis. Good job. Now let's look at the text and learn more details. George Straussman has become an online sensation for refusing to let his age, 102 years old, get in the way of an active life. The Long Island native turned to pottery after giving up tennis when he turned 90. What word means he became a popular person? Sensation. This is someone who excites others. George Straussman is now an online sensation. Why exactly? His age doesn't get in the way of his active life. This is a good expression. It means his age doesn't slow him down. It's not a problem or an obstacle. We often say when you have a goal, don't let anything get in your way. What phrasal verb means quit? Do you see it? Give up. He gave up tennis at the age of 90. Listen. Now the former construction superintendent regularly spins clay bowls in weekly classes with a group of women half his age. His granddaughter surprised him at his class one day and filmed him working hard at the wheel. How old are his pottery classmates? Half his age, probably around 50. Who posted the video of him doing pottery? His granddaughter. Let's finish. The post has since garnered more than 3.1 million views and thousands of comments asking what his secret is. Anything that keeps your hands busy is great for you, Straussman said. Plus, he added, it gets me out of the house. What field did George work in previously? Construction. He was a superintendent. You can learn that word passively. A superintendent is like a manager or administrator. Look for the verb that means earn or receive. Do you see it? Garner. The post of him doing pottery garnered 3.1 million views. Wow, that's a lot, right? Okay, so the second news story gave us these words: pottery, sensation, get in the way of, give up, garner. Listen one last time to the second news story. Read along with me. George Straussman has become an online sensation for refusing to let his age, 102 years old, get in the way of an active life. The Long Island native turned to pottery after giving up tennis when he turned 90. Now, the former construction superintendent regularly spins clay bowls in weekly classes with a group of women half his age. His granddaughter surprised him at class one day and filmed him working hard at the wheel. The post has since garnered more than 3.1 million views and thousands of comments asking what his secret is. Anything that keeps your hands busy is great for you, Straussman said. Plus, he added, it gets me out of the house. Now we'll review the vocabulary. Match the pictures to the words. Crossing guard, carpool, pottery, raise money. Next, match the phrasal verbs to the definitions. Break down, stop working, find out, discover or learn, show up, be present and supportive, give up, quit. Finally, complete the sentences with the correct words. 1. I have a new car, but since I haven't made all the payments, I don't have the title yet. 2. Sometimes with one single video, a person can become an internet sensation. 3. When I saw my neighbor's dog run into the street, I immediately sprang into action and saved it from the oncoming car. Spring into action works better here because we're emphasizing that immediate action was taken. If you choose get in the way, it could be confusing. It can mean that you interfered, but like in a bad way. 4. The popular film garnered several awards. We need a verb here, garner. Self-proclaimed is an adjective. For more practice, choose one of the vocabulary words and create your own example. Share it in the comments. That's all for now. If you'd like more interaction and feedback, please join the English with Jennifer community on Patreon, where we practice all skills for confident, effective communication. The link is in the video description. Thanks for watching and happy studies.